Do you ever feel like you're just reacting to your day, to your work, your life? Well, what if you could actually be the architect of your own experience? Today, we're diving into a really powerful idea: how you can consciously redesign your reality and turn it from something that just happens to you into something that you actively create. So, let's start with a really big question right off the bat. Is your reality a fixed, unchangeable fact, or is it a story that you're telling yourself? Seriously, how you answer this is the key to everything we're about to unpack. And here's the core idea in action. It's so important. We don't respond to objective reality, we respond to our perception of it. Think about it. If you believe a project is totally impossible, your actions will kind of make sure it fails, won't they? But if you see it as a tough but doable challenge, you're going to act in a completely different way. What you believe is literally the blueprint for how you behave.
Okay, so if our reality really is a story, that makes you the author. And the very first step is to own that power.
It's wild when you think about it. Two people can be in the exact same meeting. One person leaves feeling totally defeated, while the other is buzzing with new ideas. The event was identical. The stories they told themselves about it were not. And that is what it means to be the author. You get to start writing a new story, one where your daily choices actually line up with the future you want.
All right, so to become a better author, we need to inspect the tools we're using. That means it's time to look at our internal software, our mental operating system, and start challenging the beliefs that might just be holding us back.
And yeah, we're going to call it your BS, your belief system. Framing it like this is a great reminder that it's yours to inspect. These are just the stories we cling to, a lot of the time without even realizing it. The goal here isn't to judge them, not at all, but simply to recognize that we have the power to examine them. Here's a super practical tool you can use immediately. Take a limiting belief you have, something like, I'm just not good at public speaking. Now, instead of asking if that's true, ask yourself a much better question. Is this belief useful? Does it actually help you? See, this shift frees you from having to argue with yourself and just empowers you to choose what helps you move forward. Now, let's apply this to our past. I mean, so many of our most stubborn beliefs are rooted in things that have already happened. But what if we could reframe that history? Not as a life sentence, but as a source of fuel. This shows that critical mindset shift perfectly. On one side, you've got history as destiny, this belief that your past failures define who you'll always be. That's a dead end, right? But on the other side, you have history as data. This is where your past becomes a library of lessons, a catalog of your strengths. It doesn't define you, it informs your strategy. You're literally turning memory into momentum. So, how do you actually apply this in the heat of the moment? Well, you use this simple 4-step reality check. When you feel that knee-jerk, reactive emotion starting to bubble up, first, just pause, don't act. Step 2, name the perception. What's the story you're telling yourself right now? 3, get one fact. Just find one little piece of data to test that story. And finally, number 4, choose. Based on that fact, you get to intentionally choose your response, instead of letting the old story run the show. Now, redesigning our perception isn't just about internal work. It's also about what we let in from the outside. Think of your mind as software that's constantly being updated and programmed by your daily inputs. It's time to become the gatekeeper. You have the power to curate your mental diet. You can actively feed your mind with ideas that inform you, skills that help you grow, conversations that elevate your thinking. You get to choose constructive perspectives over destructive ones. And when you upgrade your inputs, your outputs, we're talking your performance, your creativity, your confidence, they will absolutely follow. And here is a powerful rule for focusing your energy: the 95-5 split. Spend 95% of your time on solutions and progress, on building, on creating, on moving forward, and dedicate just 5% to anticipating obstacles. Now, this isn't about ignoring problems. It's about making sure your mental energy is overwhelmingly focused on the path forward, not all the potential roadblocks. Okay, these are powerful ideas, but honestly, their real value is in action. So let's build your plan to put this to work, starting the moment this explainer ends. Here are 4 simple, powerful steps you can take today. First, just pick one limiting belief and reframe it into a possibility. Second, the next time you feel that reactive urge, use that reality check. Third, upgrade one input. Unfollow something that drains you and follow something that inspires you. And finally, write down just one sentence of the future story you want to live, and then take one tiny step toward it. When you boil it all down, it comes back to this: The power and the choice are yours. So choose perceptions that empower you, choose inputs that develop you, and choose stories that propel you forward. When you start to architect your reality this way, your work becomes so much more meaningful for you and for everyone you serve.
So the only question left is, what one story will you rewrite today?